G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping into Go Battle League. So last time I made it to rank 7 and got a rating. So if you want to check that video out, I will link it now. So as you can see, my rating is 2190, which I was really stoked with, and still am, to be completely honest. I haven't completed a game since getting a ranking, so this should be interesting. So I have a playlist, so I'll link to that now as well, and then you can check out all the previous games that I have done that got me to this point. So I'll jump into the Great League. Now I have been running Azumarill, Galvantula and Registeel, so they're doing the trick quite nicely, so they've got me this far and I've got a reasonable rating. I do think I'm going to have to swap that out, and yeah, I don't know. So if you've got any thoughts on who I could swap out, let me know in the comments. So the one that I really actually want to keep in the team, which is potentially a bit of a strange one, is the Galvantula. That's the one I like the most. Obviously Azumarill and Reggie are really good Pokemon and really meta, and the Galvantula, I just like it because it's fairly uncommon. I don't see too many of them, and the other thing I really like about it is people don't generally shield its charge moves because it gets there so quickly, and with the Bug Buzz as its second charge move, that can really cause some damage if there's a psychic or a dark type that and even the grass types that don't shield. It just absolutely puts the hurt on. So I really do like Galvantula, so I'd like to try and build a team around that, and we'll see. So I think one of the big weaknesses I do have is to Meganium. So the only one I can really challenge Meganium, just because of the Frenzy Plant Earthquake situation. So when it comes to that, I guess it's it does counter two of my team pretty hard, and then because Galvantula is a bit squishy and it can get to Frenzy Plant so quickly, it causes a bit of hurt there as well. So that's what my thinking is, but I do want to I'd like to stick with Galvantula. I'd like to throw in Medicham as well, to be honest, and then maybe something like an Alolan Marowak up the front, but to be honest, that's just got so many weaknesses, so maybe swapping out the Reggie for something like a Hypno, or maybe one of the fairies. So whether that be, I kind of do prefer Wigglytuff, just because it's got that normal typing that helps against ghosts. So that's what I'm sort of thinking at the moment. But anyway, I'll leave this team the same for now. I might swap this up soon or midway through, who knows. We'll see how we go with these, and then we'll make the decision. So let's jump into the first one and see what we come up against. So 2168 this person is, so obviously they've been ranked straight out pretty high as well, so this should be an interesting one. Let's find out. So off the bat, they're going with Skarmory, so that's okay for me. Let's see if they change that up. So ideally, I'd like Skarmory matched up with my Galvantula, because that's obviously going to do a whole lot more damage. So what I'm going to do is, so what are they? So they're swapping to their. So I'm hoping I got that in time. I sort of was a little bit late to the party there. If I can, so they're only going to be ice beaming me, but yeah. So let's. They managed to get priority there, which surprises me. So I do want to keep this thing healthy, because then I can put some pressure on. So that works out perfectly for me, because they should not be able to get to another charge move now before I get to. So I'm just going to throw the. So this is okay for me. I do need to. Let's see what they do. So they've not shielded that, so that's good for me. So I don't think I'm going to shield this. So just the Mud Bomb there. So let's see if I can get to a discharge here. So can I? Yes, I can. So this will be interesting to see whether they throw the shield up here. I can imagine they probably will. Let's see what they do. Yeah, so there's one shield, so that's good for me. And they're going to throw their energy, which I'm fine with. Let's see what they do here. So I have to come out with my Azumarill here. And I'm going to throw my Ice Beam straight up. Maybe. It did take a little bit of time there, and I think they got an extra fast move in, which is unfortunate. So they'll probably shield this one up as well, which they have, but that's fine. I should be able to get to the next one before they do, which I can, just because I farmed up so much energy on the Skarmory. And now let's go. So Skarmory's going to come out, so I'm thinking I'm going to shield this one up. I'm going to try and get to the Hydro Pump here. I know I've got the Reggie in the back, so happy days there, really, to be completely honest. But I like to throw the Hydro here and see what I can do. So this is going to take me down a bit, but it's definitely not going to take me out before I get here. So I thought they would have been closer to a second move there, but apparently not. And so what I might do is just switch this one out and throw in the Registeel and see what they do. So, and that's good game. So really happy with that one as well. So there's the first game done. So managed to get the win there, so pretty comfortably actually, which is really does surprise me. So when you don't shield, so what I really like is people not shielding the Galvantula when it comes to the Azumarill, because it means that then I only need to shield one of their charge moves, and I don't need to, and then I can fast move farm it down, and so I get a whole lot of energy. So if they don't shield that first one, I know it seems like a waste of time shielding, but because Azumarill gets to the Ice Beams, it'll then pressure my shields a bit more, so it'll get 2 shields off of me. Instead, I managed to get, so they got a shield, but then I got to farm them down and throw that energy, and just, it doesn't work out good. So, I mean, you're always going to be in a bit of trouble when Galvantula comes out in time against a Azumarill. So one of the things I need to say is you need to swap that thing quickly, because if you let it get 2 or 3 bubbles off before, well, probably more, 3 bubbles off before you can get the switch out, they've got enough energy to really pressure you, so that you need to be on point with that switch. So I did learn that early on, and check out some of those older games and you can see where I didn't get the switch in time, and so that's really cost me. So you've got to be on point with that switch, so really happy with that. So let's see what comes out now. So having a search around, seeing what we can find. I really should, and especially now that I've got a rating, I really should be looking to see who my opponent is and trying to remember, just because if I get matched up with someone a second time, it'll be very helpful to know what's in the back, because obviously that can help me determine how I go about things. So this seems to be taking forever to find an opponent, which, I mean, I guess is okay. We just have to sit and wait. So up until this point, so a lot of I have seen a lot of people saying they're waiting a lot of time to get ranked up and get matches. I've not actually had that much trouble until, well, that was sort of a little bit of time there having to wait, and this person is ranked a little bit below me, so they've got a Bastiodon here, so I expect them to quit out here. Are they going to quit? Yep. So they've gone into the Wish Cache, which yeah, so I should have stayed in there. I should have stayed in. That was not a good move from me. So because my charges aren't going to be that effective, so I will shield this one up, and we'll see what they do here. So I'm hoping I haven't pressed that discharge, and I'll go the Bug Buzz instead of going for, nope. So I did press it, and we CMP tied, and they got the win there. So I should have, yeah. This is bad. This is real bad. So this is my own fault here. Really should have. So will I go to 2 shields here? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Going to commit the 2 shields and see if I can get the bug buzz here. Let's see what they do here. Let's try and get to this bug buzz. So this should do a little bit more damage. They probably won't go to double shields here, so they haven't, and that'll give me enough to fast move farm. No! So 1 more HP. So what I will do is come back out with the Azumarill, and we'll see what they come out with. So I should have, I should have 100% stayed in with the Azumarill here, because I had the extra energy. So yeah, I should have just thrown those charge moves. Let's see what comes out. So it is the Skarmory. So this should be okay. So I'm just thinking of what I do here. So I possibly should have just thrown, yeah, so 100% should have just thrown the Ice Beam there. So let's see. So what I'm going to actually do is charge up to the Hydro, hopefully, and then swap this out. Let's see what they do. So they're going to know that they're in trouble now, because obviously the Sky attacks are going to do not too much damage. Yeah, so here comes the Bastiodon. So I'm going to have to throw this Focus Blast, and they didn't want me to get too much energy, but too late. They were too slow on that swap there, and I was able to get to the Focus Blast. That is going to one-shot the Bastiodon. They're just so weak, and I expect them, yeah, so they've quit out. Loaded energy in the back on the Azumarill. Just nothing they could do there. They needed to get, actually I don't know what they were playing at. Flamethrower with the Bastiodon is about the only thing that could have challenged there, but Flamethrower on is not going to do a huge amount of damage anyway, so that was GG's. So let's jump into the next one and see how we go. So for that game, 100% should not have switched out there. So I think one of the things that people need to remember, and this is me, so make a note for myself, is just because they switch does not mean you need to. So my best matchup for the Wishcash was the Azumarill. I had an energy advantage as well, so I should have just stayed in with the Azumarill and hammered it down, thrown those Ice Beams, knowing that I had very good counters to the Skarmory in the back. So both Galvantula and Registeel are really good counters for the Skarmory, so I switched because they did. Yeah, so I need to think about this. So this is going to be a challenging one for me. So what I need to do is, if they switch, I need to do the same. So I'm going to throw the Ice Beam, I think. Let's see what they do here. So I'm going to go straight up Ice Beams and try and get some shields here. This is not an ideal situation for me to be in. So they have shielded that one up, so that's really good. So got the shield there. So I'm going to match here. I don't know whether that's a good idea or not. It's probably Meteor Mash. Yeah, it is. So that's going to do a reasonable amount of damage to me. So what I'm going to do is get to the Hydro and then throw another one. Let's see what they do here. I may or may not get a shield. I mean, they are the two options, aren't they? So I've managed to get the second shield, so that's really good. So I should be able to get to the Ice Beam. Oh, that overcharge is an absolute nightmare. So let's get some energy up. So Meteor Mash is not going to do a whole lot. Ice Beam is not necessarily going to do a whole lot, so I'm going to let that go. Oof, so that is brutal, because they may be able to fast move farm me down, which they can. Oh wow, that is brutal. Absolutely brutal. So obviously I've got the Registeel and they can wait to see what I've got. Yeah, so in that instance, 100% should have gone for the Registeel. I don't know what I was thinking there, because the charm damage is resisted. So this loss is going to be 100% my fault, because they're going to bubble me now. And I didn't mean to hit that shield. I don't want to shield a bubble, which is all it's going to be. So bubble beam, going to drop my attack, and this is cheese, so that's just brutal. They're just going to keep bubbling me, and that's fine. So what I might do is just store up a whole bunch of energy, because I fully expect them to bubble me a couple of times and then switch out. So let's see what they do. So they're probably going to wait for me to throw my energy, but I mean, yeah, this is ridiculous. So I'm just thinking the best strategy here. So they've already hit me with 3 bubbles, only one more, and I'll basically do no damage to them. Let's throw this attack now. Be interesting to see what they have in the back. I would have bubbled a few times and then swapped it out. Possibly they were, wow, that does absolutely nothing. Oh god, this is bad. So yeah, absolutely nothing. Let's see what's in the back. It doesn't matter at this point. There's nothing I can do to... Let's just charge this up a little bit more, and I'll throw here. Against the fairy, I should have switched into the Reggie. I guess you don't see many of them around. So let's see what this is. So it's a... yeah. So that would have gone... yeah, very, very differently. So that Galvantula on the... Galvantula would have absolutely eaten Mantine, because it's super weak. So it's flying as well as water, so super weak to electric. Yeah, big mistake on my part. What was I thinking? Yeah, you live and you learn. So let's hope we can get a nice matchup this time. I think it would have been good to be able to get to another Ice Beam there. And so that's the over-tapping, and that's my own fault. I really should have just... yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. So this is an okay lead for me. Let's see what they switch this to. Because I imagine they will switch this out at some point. So they'll probably try and catch my Ice Beam. So I'm going to leave it for an extra... okay, so they're going to straight up wing attack me here. That's fine. So I'm going to go one more. So what have they swapped to here? So that's fine. I'm going to leave this in just because I want to... well, win this match for a start, and then I can throw this energy. So I will also shield this up. So it's probably going to be just the Mud Bomb, which it is, but that's fine. So let's just charge this energy and throw here. Let's see what they do. So it'll be interesting to see if I can get 2 shields out of this. No. So I don't know whether to switch or not. So they're going to get 2 shields out of me, because if they don't throw now... oh, so they've absolutely letting this go. So the question is... oh, so there's the second shield. So do I let this go? I'm gonna stay in here. So this is not good, but they're going to have to dump their energy on me. So they're going to go straight for the next one. Yeah, so I knew that they had a couple in the back, but I didn't want... I didn't want them... oh, wow, so that's not even going to take me out. So what have they switched into? So I'm going to switch as well. So apparently I'm not going to switch in time, which is fine. So I actually don't want to let the clock count down too much. Let's see what they do here. So they're going to wing attack here. So I want to be able to throw a charge move fairly quickly when the Whiscash comes back out. So I'm going to now throw. Let's see how much damage this does. It's going to take it down a reasonable amount. It's not going to KO at this range. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to let them wing attack, and then I'm going to switch in with my Galvantula, I think. So I want to store up a charge move here, and then I'm going to jump in with the Bug Buzz, and this may have been just too early because so I'm not, oh, this is bad. This is really bad. So this is going to be neutral damage, which helps me, but it's, oof. Oh, yeah, so that's bad. So I'm going to throw straight into my discharge here, just because I do not want to lose all this energy that I've got, and this should. So it's going to be doing, ooh, not enough. But at least I've dumped their energy, and I can start to farm a little bit more on my Reggie. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see what they have in the back. So they're going to come out with, what are they going to come out with? So I'm not going to dump the energy here. Let's see what it is. What is it? Psychic, and oh, so this is not good. Not good at all. It's going to be resisting these moves here. And I don't have enough to go back to back, and they're going to get to a charge move before I can. Oh, so I got to a second one. I still don't think this is going to be enough. It'll only do sort of a third damage. So, it's close though, and then they've charged me down. That's real close. So, bad. I should have let them throw one more. Yeah, it is what it is. Really frustrating. So, I've lost 2 matches now, back to back. That one was a little more, yeah, so interesting there. So that Wishcash did put in some work there. The fact that I should have thrown a Hydro Pump second time round, didn't do it, but you don't know when it comes to shield baiting what's going to work and what's not. So, yeah, it is what it is. Did all right there, but that's the matchup. So I need to check how to win the Wishcash matchup. So I guess throw the Ice Beam if they shield the first one, then throw a Hydro Pump. I think that's going to be my play in future, just because they probably won't go to 2 shields, especially if you leave the starter in. It's good to get them, to leave them weak, and then you can farm down. So yeah, I don't know, difficult one. So let's look for an opponent. So getting to rank 7 so clearly means that you take longer to find opponents. It's probably because my rank 7, well, my rank now is 2190, so I mean, it's pretty high in terms of rank 7, because obviously rank 8 starts at 2000, and it's just because you can't go up 2 ranks. At the end of this set, regardless of whether I end up going, well, I'm currently 1 and 2, so if I go 1 and 4, I'll lose a whole lot of points, but I will still be above the 2000 threshold, and I'll go up to rank 8, which is really weird. I'll still level up, but lose points. Bizarre. Let's hope I can get a win here. So a couple of wins on the board would be nice to end this, and let's see how we go. So what are we leading with? Okay, so I'm going to go straight up for the ice, I guess. So this is dark and ghost typing. So I'm going to go to the Hydro Pump and then throw my Ice Beam. Let's see if I get a shield. I did get the shield. So what are they switching to now? So they're switching to their own fairy, so that's fine. I'm going to switch out because I do not want to be against that. And my Reggie has a much better matchup against the fairy than the Sableye there. So they've shielded that first one up, so that's good for me. I'm trying to remember what moves this has. So it's Ice Punch and Meteor Mash, so I'm not going to shield this. Let's see what it is. So it's Meteor Mash, so it doesn't do too much damage, so that's absolutely perfect for me. So I'm going to overcharge a little bit here and then throw the Meteor Mash. So I fully expect them to be coming back in with the Sableye here, and then they're going to probably double charge me here. So I will shield up the first one and force them to use that energy, because otherwise they may just try and farm me down. So they will go back to back, I imagine. Yeah, so that's fine. I will keep the shield now. I didn't want them to be able to farm me down and then have, and they still can. So they would have had a whole lot of energy. So with the ghost moves there, so what I'm going to do is jump into the Azumarill here and try and, so burn that energy. Let's burn all of their energy. So they will have had a whole lot saved up, but I've managed to get to the Hydro Pump, and that's going to KO. So I wasn't 100% sure. Let's see what they've got in the back. So this is why they didn't want to reach me in the back. So let's throw this. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to use this shield. Which is fine, which is why I kept a shield in the back. So, and then let's throw the ice beam. So they may charge me down here. I think I'm too far out to be charged down. They're going to have to use energy, or I'm going to get to another ice beam. So that's fine. I'll be able to do that. So they got there first, which is fine. I have the Galvantula in the back, which will be, well, very, very weak to the Sky attack, but they're not going to get to another one before I can fast move them down. So one move there and gets the win. So happy days. So there we go. So 2 and 2. So that's much nicer. Was it? Oh, so 3 and 2. My bad, lost a battle there. So let's claim those rewards. Interesting to see what we get as a reward. I think nothing changes from 7. Maybe there is an extra in 7. Let's have a look what we get. Oh, Dino, absolutely stoked with that one. So that is an absolute superb little reward there. So this is actually worthwhile catching. I think I'll stick with my normal Pokeball. So I do have a video on getting excellent throws, how to improve your excellent curveball. So I'll link that now. Check it out. And let's see if I can actually hit and show you a throw that's actually all right. So excellent curveballs are probably more useful on, or more important on raid bosses and shadow Pokemon, so where you've got limited balls. On this, as long as you don't run out of balls completely, and to be honest, even if you do run out of balls, it's just going to sit there and wait, so it's not too bad. So wait for the attack, throw during the animation, and then hit the excellent. So managed to do that there. So absolutely stoked with that, and 6 extra candies. So I haven't actually evolved this thing all the way, so those extra candies come in handy. So only 33 candy there, so really struggling, as you can see, to find that. So is this any good? I don't think so. I think it's a pretty average one. It is, so 11, 14, 10, so pretty average. I'll probably trade that out at some point to get the 3 candy, trade over distance. Yeah, so that, let's see what this does for our rating. So 2190 to beat. So I went 3 and 2 in the end, so really happy with that. Let's jump in, and so 2192. So I won 3 matches and went up 2. So that's yep, real good, I guess. So ranked up to level 8 there. And 2192. So now in my next set, I should be able to find matches a bit quicker, because obviously I'm in the right range for rank 8 now. So in between, so to get to rank 9 is 2500, and that's what I'll be looking to get to. So I think that's about it. So if you like the video, please feel free to subscribe. First time I've actually mentioned subscribing, but if you like it and you've made it this far through, please do. It's really good to see some people actually interested, because I don't know if I'm boring everybody. Hopefully not. Anyway, hopefully that was useful for someone. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.